title of our meeting today is the importance of needs. And then after that, there will be time for question and answer about this international intensive training in Nairobi in Kenya in April. And the time we have set aside is 1.5 hours. I think it has been announced in a different way some places, but we are planning with 1.5 hours for you to know that. Yeah. So, Sudha?
Yeah, thank you, Kirsten. So maybe we'll begin first with a check-in. Your name, the place that you're calling in from, your country name, as well as a feeling that is alive in you right now. I'm wondering whether we could include you, Vidur, to start.
Sure. I am happy to be here. Looking forward to the meeting. And yeah, I'm just present at the moment and looking forward to what the next 1.5 hours brings up. Thank you.
You want to pass it on?
Sure. Mike, would you like to go next?
Yes, I would like to go next. My name is Mike Wachara. I'm coming from Nairobi, Kenya, in Rusinga Highland. I'm so glad to connect with my NVC members and trainers. I'm glad to maybe learn what the importance of needs, and looking forward to learn more and connect more. Thank you.
Alicia, may I invite you?
Maybe now. Is okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My name is Alicia. I live in Netherlands, and I am full enthusiastic about meeting people from all the world who are thinking about emotions, about connection with each other. And I'm very curious what we'll talk about today.
Thank you. That leaves you, Kirsten.
Yes. So I'm Kirsten from Denmark, and I'm excited to have this first of 4 meetings, sharing something about NVC and also presenting the IIT in Kenya. Thank you. And you, Sudha?
Yeah, thank you. I keep forgetting about myself. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see both of you, Mike and Alicia, here, and looking forward to I'm Sudha, and at the moment I'm in New Delhi in India. Yeah.
Thank you for this round of check-in. So I will start sharing something about needs. What are the needs and why are they important? And I think the first thing that comes to my mind talking about needs is that it's a way of talking about my inner life. It's a way of putting words on my inner aliveness. We often ask with nonviolent communication, what is alive in you? And there we mean, what are you feeling and what are your needs? So needs are a way of talking about aliveness. And I also like to ask about certain needs. How does it live in you? So this question, we can take a need like, for example, freedom. I have a need for freedom, and maybe you recognize the need for freedom. How does it live in me? Is it met for the time being? And how do I feel about that? Or if the need for freedom is not met for the time being, how do I feel about that? And yet another way of talking about it is this, that it's an expression of how life wants to express itself through me. Life is flowing through me, through you, in certain ways, and need words helps us talk about that. Inner aliveness, life expressing itself, life moving through me. So I would like to invite you for a short exercise. And I will share a list of feelings, a list of need words with you. Are you seeing now some need words on the screen? Yeah, yeah. So this is some words for needs. The physical well-being is often a way to start. We need air, we need food, we need movement, sleep, sexual expression, safety, shelter, touch and water. So these are often more easy to get in touch with, but we also have needs around honesty, how that expresses itself, and around connection. There's a whole list of needs here. What plays a role in my experience of connection with myself and with other people? Maybe appreciation plays a role in how I experience connection, companionship, compassion, mutuality, and other words. And play, fun, joy, humor is also something that human beings need. We can say that as a human being, we need all these needs here fulfilled to some extent for us to thrive. A thriving, well-being human being has many of these needs met. We can live with having unmet needs, of course. I mean, we all have unmet needs now and then. But also peace, the area of peace, communion, equality plays a role in our freedom, autonomy, and the meaning, the sense of meaning. So you can look for a need words here that speaks to you. So I invite you to seek a need word out. If you look at them, which one of these needs attracts your attention? Maybe because it's met right now, maybe because it's painfully not met right now. So I invite you to choose one of these needs. And then we will do a little exercise with it, but first choose one. And Vidua, will you be in the exercise so you can be 3 in the group? Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you for that. So the invitation is that you meet in groups of 3, and luckily you are 3. So you come to this group and each of the 3 people have 3 minutes to put words on this need that you have chosen. You may want to write it down so you remember clearly which word you choose. And you express to the 2 others in the group, how does it live in me? Do I know this need? Is it met for the time being? Is it unmet? How do I feel in relation to it? So 3 minutes to share with the 2 others. And it's really about sharing, and the 2 others, they will be listening. And just listen. So the listeners, you're not meant to say anything back or ask a lot of questions, but I invite you to listen so it's easy to speak with you. So you listen with a welcoming energy, making it easy for the person speaking to express something to you. So the listener, listen, welcoming the person who's speaking. And after 3 minutes, you rotate so the next person get to express. Another 3 minutes, the third person get to express. And you have 1 minute to say hello and decide who go first and so. So is it clear what the invitation is?
Yes.
Thank you. Then I suggest we create the groups and see you back here in 10 minutes. Yeah. So welcome back from the breakout room. I'd like to hear a few feedback from you. What did you discover by speaking about this need? How do you feel about it? What did you notice about yourself or the other person? Someone who's willing to share about that. Let me hear.
I can go first. We actually both felt the time was a little short. I think we would have liked more time to explore deeply.
Mhm.
And it was great getting to know Alicia and exploring the needs behind the primary need. That was a lot of, it was fun, it was interesting, and it was joyful. And a connection. I felt a connection with Alicia. Yeah, that's it for me.
Sounds great to me. You found the needs behind the need, yeah? And connection. Thank you. Alicia, are you willing to share how it was for you?
No, you can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm enthusiastic simply about in a few minutes to build connection with somebody from other part of the world and to hear that there are the same needs in all the world, only the situation maybe that some needs are more actual than other needs. And I like this very much. And even to talk about my needs make me more aware what I'm doing now in my life. But I like it very much.
Thank you. That's one of the things that I'm hoping, you mentioning one of the things I hope that people will discover by talking about needs, that you come to talk about connecting things in a very direct way when you start from the needs. So what you're sharing is what I hope you will discover. Thank you, Alicia. And Mike, would you also share? How was it for you? If you're willing, you don't have to, but if you're willing.
Yes, I'm willing to share my need for connection and appreciation. When I was sharing how you supported my project, then I was like, when I see you appreciate that you helped me, I feel my heart is opening and I rejoice with you. And meeting, another need for meeting Alicia and Sudi for the first time has been fulfilled. Then the freedom to express myself to them was also met. So I'm very grateful. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoyed hearing that. And I also enjoyed taking part in the exercise and giving a little attention to a couple of my needs. Thank you. And Sudha, so I give the word to you.
Yes.
If you want
So,
to share or go on.
yeah. I could share. I mean, I think for me, what came across is that I begin with one need, and then it comes down to something that is really very important for me. So that just the expression of meeting somebody and expressing my needs and having a minute or two to talk about it helps me deepen my self-connection, really understand where I'm coming from. And that's, I think, one of the beauty of needs, how one thing, we call it the spiral of needs, and it goes deeper and deeper into the own self, and to be able to touch base with that. So I started off with I don't even remember what I started off, but I ended with peace and harmony and care for each other in the world. So that was really sweet. I think it was Mike dropped off, and then when he joined, we decided to meet together as a group. And I'm glad, because I'm also hearing that Vidur and Alicia, we would have liked more time. So it's somewhere the universe conspiring to give you this much time. Yes, thank you. Are we ready to move on? Okay, so I thought we could go into another exercise, which I find fun. And let's see what this thing, and I call it the day of needs, a day of needs. Perhaps there is something, not just one thing, but more than one thing that we do routinely, almost as if by habit, you know. Maybe it is that I have a cup of coffee in the morning, or I go for a walk, or I take my dog out for a walk, or I sit and play with my children, or I listen to music, whatever it is, something that you do routinely every day. I would love for you to identify one of those things and write that down. one thing that you do very routinely in your day, almost unthinking. And it's a given that you do it. It's become a habit, maybe. Yeah. Right. So maybe you could, using the same list of needs that was shown, perhaps, maybe you could identify some of the things, needs you're meeting by doing what you're doing every day. And I'll pause for about a minute or so. List out what are the needs that you have identified for yourself that you're meeting when you do this very routine thing. Okay. So to recap what we've done so far, identify something that you do routinely or habitually, almost out of a habit, something that you do every day without thinking too much about it. Identify one such thing that you do in your day. And once you've identified that, see whether you can name what needs of yours are being met by that once act of yours. Where's Alicia?
One moment.
Yeah. So maybe we can do a brief demo. Kirsten?
Yes.
Would you be willing to tell us about one thing that you do almost as a habit or a routine?
I have a very clear thing I do every day, which is in the morning when I'm ready to start the day, I check my emails. That is without any exceptions every day. That's really routine.
I'm wondering what needs of yours you're meeting by doing that.
Yeah. The need for connection, I think, pops up first. And it's also my need for information, for orientation about what goes on in the world. I get the news from my newspaper. I get that in an email. So what's happening with the American election process and what's going on with the war in Ukraine and in Palestine. So it's a source of information. And it's also a chance to contribute. People asking me questions, so I get a chance to respond back and hopefully contribute to some people's lives when they ask me questions.
Yeah, yeah. And would it also be meeting your need for perhaps aliveness?
Absolutely. It's my need for aliveness is often fulfilled that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what we're planning to do is to put you into a room, and we'd like for you to share with your partner what is it that you've identified as, maybe you could take off the spotlight if that is possible. Yeah. So we would ask for you to share what you have identified as the one thing that you do almost by habit, and then try and understand what could be the needs that are being met by that, and see where that takes you. And the invitation is to not stop with just first 2, 3, but to try and see what else comes up for you. And when your partner can help you by offering you, could it be this? Could it be that? Could it be your need? Like I said, could it be your need for aliveness? Or could it be your need for fun, maybe? Could it be your need for excitement? I don't know. So, yeah. So to help the person get more and more a deeper understanding of what a simple act can be, can have, the meaning behind a simple act. Yes? Are there any questions? Right. Okay. So, will you make the group? Put them in a room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am opening the breakout rooms now.
Yeah. Is Mike here too?
Coming now? Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Mike. So, I invite you to share how that experience was. Any reflections, any insights? Mike, would you like to go first?
Yes, I would like to go first, of course. So first, I want to appreciate Alicia for having a good time with her. And I realize this need for connection is very important. It is a need which is very universal in both sides. You meet somebody, you just feel like, wow, why could have I never met him earlier? So during our session with Alicia, it was on our daily routine. She walks every day in the morning for 6 to 5 kilometers. Every day. She even leaves the husband sleeping while she walks. So while walking, the needs that she met, she connects her body with her brain. There was this need for health, freedom. As she walks in the morning, she can make calls to his friends and relatives. So there was a need for connection. Then there was a need for well-being, and a need also to connect with the nature. As she walks, she can see different things in the nature. So I think that is what we've shared with her, and I really appreciate, and they're very universal, even to our country here. The same thing she feels when she is walking is the same things which are happening here. So I've realized these needs are universal in everywhere, regardless of where you are coming from. Needs are universal. Yes, thank you.
Alicia.
Okay, it works again.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Mike. I like also to talk about your things, what you are doing there, and even your enthusiastic reaction about your country and about Africa. But what you did is give coach training, acrobatic training for children, and there are a lot of needs which are maybe in this action as connection, as to have fun together, to give love, compassion, to share things with each other, and maybe meaning, because you give your what you can learn other people and children, and some autonomy with because you can do in your own way this thing. And now, mostly what I like that you are so happy about it, what you do.
And yes, Alicia, what was your reflections on the exercise itself?
A reflection is that what you do in a short daily in a routine is not mostly is something what you really need, because if you think that you need something and you try to do this, then mostly it doesn't work. And if it's spontaneous and you start to do this, then it's easier to find out why I am doing this. And then you say, okay, maybe it's connection and I like nature or something like this.
Yeah. Yes. So what I'm hearing is that there's somewhere a discovery that there's greater depth in what one habitually does than what it seems on the surface. Yeah. I'd like to sort of perhaps just wind up this exercise with one thing, which is that everything that we do or we do not do is our attempt to meet some need of ours. And everything that anybody in the world does or does not do is an attempt to meet some need of theirs. And what is very important is that everybody's needs matter. And if I'm able to come to my life or look at my life through this lens, it has a very different flavor to it. There's a very different, maybe even outcome to it, but we're not attached to the outcome. It is a very different, there's a shift in the way I approach things when I look at life through these three sort of, well, can we call it principles of, so for me, this was, I remember when I first heard this, it made such a big difference in my life because I realized that there is nothing like victimhood. That I'm really doing everything that I'm doing because it's meeting some need of mine, however much of a drudgery it is, or however much of a, however painful it is, I'm still meeting a need of mine. Yeah. And I'd like to close this part of the exercise here. Any thoughts on it? Any sort of Kirsten, Vidur, anything else that you would like to say?
No, I just like it, and I like how you make a summary here at the end. Thank you very much.
And yeah, perhaps we can move on now to any questions, any doubts, any clarifications that you need about the event itself, about what an IIT is, about the venue, maybe. Anything that you want clarity on, we'd be happy to share here.
Yeah. You're welcome to type questions in the chat or just ask them here. And what would you like to know to decide to come? Because I would like you to decide to come. What's the questions you have?
Now, maybe I can say that for me, it's not really the reason when I joined this only because I want to come. This is for me not really realistic, but to meet people and maybe come for another meeting, which is closer to my home. That's why I have at this moment no questions about this meeting.
Okay. But there is one in the Netherlands. Is it here in January?
In
Yes,
January, yes.
yes.
But it was too early for me. Maybe in the future.
Yes, there will be others, yeah.
And maybe our paths will cross then.
Sorry, maybe?
Maybe our paths will cross then.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe we will meet then.
Yes, who knows?
I can tell you already that there will probably be one in Finland in the summer of 26 in July.
Okay.
So if you always wanted to go to the land of the 1,000 lakes, that's a chance.
Thank you. And Germany, I suppose, comes also next year.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There's one in May, if I'm not mistaken, and one in September. There are two in Germany next year.
Okay.
And if you come to the one in September, we will meet.
Okay. Always I ask me the question that this courses are mostly very expensive. And I understand that a lot of people who have money, they can join, but there are so many people who have no money to join. And I think how we can share this with a lot of other people. Of course, you need some people who start, who know this, but this is for me a bit a threshold to get to the course, because I think, okay, then I learn that maybe Mike, maybe somebody else, but there are a lot of people who can never pay this, and for them it's also important to know about nonviolent communication. What do you think about it?
Yeah. I think it's very, very important what you point to. And in every IIT, there are people who are there on a kind of scholarship or financial assistance. So if you like to come and you cannot pay what is asked, you click a button that says, no, I don't have money to pay. And then you fill out an application. And then somebody look at all the applications, and probably not everyone will get, but some will get. There are many more people asking than what there is money for in the pot. So,
and I understand, of course, but maybe I can I can pay this, but I was thinking about a lot of people in the world during these meetings who cannot pay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You can take a look at the prices for the Kenya IIT, just for you to get inspiration how we try to make different levels of prices. The lowest price is $15.
Okay, there's also for people who are interested and cannot pay, they can join.
Yeah,
that's very important.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe other people have Mike or Vidur questions.
Yeah, I want to check with Sudha. Did you want to add something to my answer?
Yeah, I think this is a shared concern, Alicia. And it is true that the IIT is may not be possible for everybody to pay that amount, but I do know that in areas, say, which are, say, for example, in India, we also have a much lower fee for the regional people, because when you look at the economic parity, it's completely not doable for anybody in India to attend for many people in India, not anybody, many people in India to attend that. And therefore, when we organize it in these areas, and we have a much lower fee for the regional people, for those in that region. And then that's how we work. And I think when I hear you say this about access to these trainings, maybe not in IITs, but I do know that there are several individual trainers who are offering sessions and workshops and a series of sessions or single sessions, etc. And I don't see anybody who really refuses refuses at least some seats for people who cannot pay. I think online has made it a little easier. We have more access to sessions. I know that, so that's one thing. So online has made it much easier.
Yes, I have meetings in people in Netherlands. I did courses here, and that is very easy. But all the time I think, this is so important, even for children and even for our whole world, how we can do this mission. To have meaning for more people.
Yeah. And I think what I'm tapping into is perhaps this urge, when you come across nonviolent communication, how do I spread it? How do I reach it to as many people as possible? And I share that same thing. And what I like is that CNVC does not stop us from sharing NVC as practitioners. That it does not have any rules that, it does not say that you cannot share unless you're a certified trainer. And therefore, how can we then share it in our fields, in our areas of influence, whether it is a school that our children go to, or, something else, a community, a local community, residents' welfare societies. How is it that we can then share it there? And we can do it as practitioners. We can share at least the basics. And then as we keep
I can completely agree. When I was looking for books who are written about for children now about emotions, and I see in different countries that is a lot more than 20 years ago. And this I like. I think that schools and teachers and parents maybe have more attention for this, because everybody can do some small things. Okay.
And one of the big things in that NVC advocates is social change, and social change really begins with people around us, literally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
And also the huge care that I'm experiencing for wanting this to reach as many people as possible.
Thank you. And I just want to add, I put in a link to where all the IITs are listed on CNVC's website. And because you talk about other trainings also, I am also now adding a link to a training that I am offering, which is over 1.5 years, where there's a sliding scale where you choose how much you can pay. And if you cannot pay the lowest end of the sliding scale, you can write to me. So that starts in May.
Okay.
So there are many offers being made. Also, if you go to CNVC's website, I can find that link also. There are several online trainings that are offered for free. So I can look up that link also and share it. So it's very important that there's something for free or for a low price. Thank you.
This is important, yes.
I know that the NVC Academy has a 30-day do-it-yourself introductory thing, session. So that's another option.
Okay. That it is on the site van NCV?
NVCacademy.com.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to step out.
Thank you
now.
for being here.
Thank you,
Vidor.
Vidor. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for your
being here.
support.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And here comes a link to the free. If you click on the link I just put in last, it's take you to 14 free offers on CNVC's website.
Oh, it was too late. How I can find this back? Okay.
If you have access to it yet.
Yes. This
Yeah,
one.
so Mike shall be also here if you have questions, Mike.
Yes, no, I don't have any question. I'm just eager and really waiting to maybe take part in the ITT in Nairobi. I think it will be very easy for me than maybe if it could be an international training. Like where I am to Nairobi, I just pay some very little amount. Then I think I can have a friend who can accommodate me. And maybe what I will be in need of is just maybe the tuition fee. Like there's something that you've said which has really inspired me. Like it is better to pay something small than just getting something for free. When you pay a little, at least you get a lot of interest, maybe of learning and getting involved. So it has touched me, and I really wish and hope to maybe at least participate in it in the ITT Nairobi.
Yeah, I really hope that that you can come. And I want to say, as the trainer and or organizer, when people pay just a little money, we know you're coming, which is also very important, very helpful, because we may have 50 people who have asked for a scholarship, but are they coming? We reserve seats for them, but if they pay $10, then we're more sure they will come. So it's a sign that you are coming, that you are really wanting to be there. If you can, and if not, you can also write, I am sure I will come, even if I don't pay. So.
I will write that. Just pray for life when,
Yeah.
Then Alicia, I wanted my contact and I've sent her a message. I don't know whether she has received. Maybe you may confirm me.
I've just seen this and I tried to write down mine email. Mike is one moment.
And you can also get advice from Kirsten because she has been to many countries. One of them is Africa, so that your mind of not traveling and infection and
I sent you this
Okay.
email. I'm interested for projects what you're doing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that you two of you are connected.
Yes.
So wonderful. That's what I want to see happening.
This way, get the world very small.
Yeah.
No
But
questions?
next week is also one session about judging brain, I suppose.
The judging mind, yes.
The judging mind, yes.
Oh, okay, judging mind. Is this also you are also on the present there?
I'll be there.
I will
I'll
try
be there with
to join.
another trainer, Trond. I don't know if
Okay.
Kirsten, you're going to be there.
I might be there. It's the tech support.
Yes.
But you'll meet Irmtraut from Germany. She will be the trainer
Yes.
also.
I have no questions further. I wish you a lot of success with this course in
Thank you.
India, Kenya.
I'm wondering whether we can ask for your support in sharing this about this IIT in your social media and your contacts. Is that a possibility? And I'm open to hearing a no also. It's just if that, because we really need more international participants. Because
I know, but I think that this meaning of I don't use a lot of social media, I must say.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's one thing you can do is share the word if possible. But actually, this was also set up on the basis of donations. So I'm going to put in a link now. If you find that you'd like to support this IIT in happening. So there is a link to a fundraiser.
Okay.
Where we ask people who come, and you can come and benefit from these sessions that we have. You don't have to pay, but if you can pay, we love to receive a donation from you so that we can support people like Mike. So for us to give a free seat to Mike, we need money to come in. So we can help those who have less money. So that's also an option.
I write down.
Talk to your neighbor, send your cousin. Or send money. It's always helpful to send money. If it doesn't hinder your own life, because we don't want to suffer. So.
And I also think that no amount is too small.
Say again, you think that?
No amount is too small.
Oh yeah,
we
sure.
welcome all donations. Yeah.
No amount is too small. Every dollar counts. Or every euro, but I think the donation platform is in dollars. Yeah.
Thank you, both of you, for being here.
Thank you very much, and a lot of success.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you too, and maybe see you in
Yes.
a week's time.
Yes. Bye-bye, Mike.
Thank
Stay
you.
well.
Bye-bye, Mike. Hope to
Bye-bye.
see you.
See you in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.